Portuguese sounds like one long word. They speak too fast. The endings disappear. It's different from my textbook. If this sounds familiar, then my friend, you need to watch this video. Olá, I'm Sara, I'm Portuguese teacher, and here I'm helping you enter the Portuguese world. So, a little bird told me that you have been learning Portuguese for a while, or you started recently, and then you realize something kind of weird about European Portuguese. It sounds like Brazilian Portuguese. Looks like Brazilian Portuguese is easier to understand for whatever reason. European sounds weird. It doesn't sound like you've learned the way you learned in your textbook. They cut sounds, they swallow sounds, they don't pronounce everything. It sounds weird. And let me tell you, it sounds weird because it's a foreign language to you, but for the Portuguese, it's very normal. And yes, that's the truth. We don't pronounce everything, we cut sounds, and in this video I will explain a little bit more about it. So I hope you don't feel that frustrated, alright? So why it's so different from what you have been learning? You can, for example, you learn pronunciation. You bought a pronunciation course. You have Portuguese lessons, regular lessons, and your teacher and your textbook has a part just for you to learn the pronunciation. And probably you learned individual words and how to pronounce those words. You learn the sounds, you learn the sounds in words, and that's good, and of course that's what you are supposed to do, and it helps a lot. But there's something that you need to know, that in real life, first thing, in real life, Portuguese don't really speak according to the rules. Alright? Of course, it's not so different that it's completely different because it's the same language. But spoken Portuguese is not exactly like written Portuguese. The language, the real language, is spoken language. And the written language, it's a way that we have to try to represent what we actually say. But the written system is a convention. People decide, okay, we are going to write this way. And a country decide, okay, we have this language in this country, and we're going to write this way because of A, B, C, D, whatever reason. What happens with Portuguese is that Portuguese is not that transparent. So we don't write exactly the way we speak, but it's not that different. Alright? And my friend, let me tell you that when you listen to the Portuguese, it may sound very different depending on how you have been studying Portuguese. If your textbook audios are something like this, that they speak slowly, maybe with no background noise, and they speak everything very clearly, well enunciated. Let me tell you that in real life, no one speaks like this. Alright? So, you have learned the pronunciation, great, with individual sounds, individual words, etc. But you need to know that in sentences, it's different. The sounds change depending on which letter comes next. Let me give you an example. We have the letter S. We write S, but in terms of pronunciation, we can have very different sounds and just one symbol, the letter S, to represent them. So for example, when we have casa, we write S, but we have the Z sound. Why? Because we have an S between vowels. And in that case, in Portuguese, in European Portuguese, that's going to sound like a Z. Alright? What if it ends in the end? For example, computadores, computers, computadores. So an S in the end sounds like sh. So another sound for the same letter. If you learn the word individually, computers, computadores, that's the sound sh. But if the next word starts with a vowel, then the S may change. For example, if I want to say blue computers, computadores azuis, computadores azuis. Can you hear the difference? Computadores azuis. So the same way in the example before, casa, the S sounds like Z because it's between vowels. If I say computadores azuis, that S is between vowels. Two different words, but between vowels. So that is going to change. Computadores azuis. Computadores azuis. So even if you tell someone, you say to a Portuguese, oh, can you speak slow? He may speak slow, but that person does not speak Portuguese in a robotic way. Because if I speak every single word individually, that will be robotic. But if I speak like this is the natural way. So if it's the natural way, the words are going to come together, and in Portuguese, the sound change. Computadores azuis. We don't say computadores azuis. Computadores azuis. Computadores azuis. So the key here is not to ask the Portuguese to speak slowly, because even if they speak slowly, it doesn't mean they are going to say the words individually. Okay, so try to learn these patterns, and every time you listen to the Portuguese, try to identify these patterns. If this helped you and you want more like this, let me know in the comments below. Give me a like, because I don't do videos for myself because I already know these things and I don't even need to practice because I'm a Portuguese native speaker. I do it for you, so let me know. And if you want more, if you want to actually learn all the patterns, I have a complete course just about this. It's called Understand the Portuguese, and the focus is exactly to help whoever is learning European Portuguese to actually understand the Portuguese. Because European Portuguese is different from other Romance language, is even different from Brazilian Portuguese in this matter. So the way the Portuguese will speak the language is going to be different, and you need to know what is happening so you can really understand them. I don't know when you're watching this video, but I have a free online class to introduce you to this way of speaking, how the Portuguese actually speak and how you can understand Portuguese. So you can either find that link in the description or the link for my complete course to understand the Portuguese. So thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next class or in the next video, right? Ciao!